John Martyn, born Ian David McGeechy on September 11, 1948, in New Malden, Surrey, England, emerged as one of the most distinctive voices in British music. His Scottish heritage played a significant role in his upbringing. Martyn's parents were both opera singers, which exposed him to music from an early age. After his parents' divorce when he was 5, Martyn was raised by his grandmother in Glasgow, Scotland. The Scottish cultural landscape would later influence his musical style. Musical beginnings. Martyn's early musical explorations began with the guitar, influenced by blues and folk music. His distinctive style began to take shape during his teenage years. He was particularly inspired by the music of blues legends like Robert Johnson and contemporary folk artists like Bob Dylan. His guitar playing, characterized by intricate finger-picking and innovative use of echo and delay effects, became his signature. First albums and breakthrough. In the late 1960s, Martyn moved to London, where he became part of the burgeoning folk music scene. He was signed by Island Records, a label that would become his long-term home. His debut album, London Conversation, released in 1967, was a collection of folk songs that introduced his talent. The album was well received, and it was followed by The Tumbler in 1968, which showcased a more jazz-influenced style. Martyn's breakthrough came with his third album, Bless the Weather, 1971, which featured the hit track Glistening Glyndebourne. His next album, Solid Air, 1973, is considered his masterpiece. The title track, dedicated to his friend and fellow musician Nick Drake, became one of his most iconic songs. Solid Air blended folk, jazz, blues, and rock, showcasing Martyn's evolving sound. Musical evolution and experimentation. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Martyn continued to experiment with different musical styles, incorporating elements of reggae, electronic music, and even rock into his work. Albums like One World, 1977, and Grace and Danger, 1980, illustrate his versatility. One World was particularly innovative, featuring ambient sounds and collaborations with musicians like Steve Winwood. Martyn's personal life, however, was marked by turmoil. His marriage to Beverly Kuttner, with whom he recorded 2 albums, Stormbringer, 1970, and The Road to Ruin, 1970, ended in divorce. His struggles with alcoholism and substance abuse became increasingly evident, affecting his health and personal relationships. Later years and legacy. Despite personal challenges, Martyn continued to produce music and tour throughout the 1980s and 1990s. His later albums, such as Glorious Fool, 1981, and Cool Tide, 1991, continued to reflect his genre-defying style. In the 2000s, Martyn's health began to deteriorate, but he remained active in music. His 2004 album On the Cobbles was a reflective work, hinting at his earlier folk roots while embracing his life's musical journey. Martyn's contribution to music was recognized with numerous awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Award at the BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards in 2008. He was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in 2009 for his services to music. Death and posthumous recognition. John Martyn passed away on January 29, 2009, at the age of 60, due to complications from pneumonia. His death marked the end of a prolific and influential career that spanned over 4 decades. Posthumously, his music continues to inspire new generations of musicians. A tribute album, Johnny Boy Would Love This, was released in 2011, featuring covers by various artists, highlighting his lasting impact on the music industry. Conclusion. John Martyn's life was a tapestry of musical exploration, personal struggle, and artistic triumph. His ability to blend genres and innovate within his craft left an indelible mark on the music world. From his early days as a folk singer to his later experiments with jazz and electronic music, Martyn's career reflects the journey of a true musical pioneer. His legacy endures through his extensive discography, which continues to be celebrated by fans and musicians alike.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.